Yes, there is a way to start a $100,000 per year business in just a few minutes, and it'll be free for the first few days just to get you started. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you every step of the way. I've done it before. I've taught multiple people how to do it, and there's something that just happened in the last few hours that makes this even easier to do. Now, when I say easy, it doesn't mean that it's just passive completely. You don't have to have any skills. You don't have to have any effort. It does not mean that. It means that it has never been this simple to be someone on the internet and start something and start to build trust with your audience and actually make a living from home. Now, I'm going to show you what it is, but before I do, I have a couple things I want to go over with you. One is I want to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Hit the like button if you like this video so far, if you ever do. And when you do that, what it does is it tells YouTube that this video is valuable and that people like it, and it puts it in front of more people, which means we can get this message out to more people. And that's really important. We're all in this together, okay? So I want you to do that first. Another thing I want to show you is I actually posted this post yesterday in my Your First 5K membership where I talked about, let me do a search up here in the search bar for DoorDash. Yeah. So I talked about this just 21 hours ago where I talked about the 12-hour DoorDash day versus selling one item online. And if you think about it, what I did basically is I kind of accidentally was shown, speaking of, I was shown a couple of videos by YouTube about DoorDashers, and they were great videos. I mean, they were really well done. But basically, what they did was for 12 hours, they were door dashing. And you may have been a door dasher, you may have been an Uber driver. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it because I certainly have had multiple jobs. And I think it's really a good idea to do what you need to do to make ends meet. But what I noticed was on one of the videos, they made approximately, if you look here on the screen, they made approximately $250 for 12 hours of work in a car driving around. And they spent about $20 in gas. And then there's the maintenance and all that kind of stuff. And then for another, they made about 312 hours. And that's actually pretty awesome, right? You think about that. I used to do backbreaking work too for 12 hours. I was, did all kinds of stuff. I delivered these heavy magazines across the, 30 different locations in Dallas at one point. I was doing all kinds of stuff, running around as an assistant. But the reason I made this post is that I thought, like, look at this. Like, if you think if on the high end, if they were to do that 5 days a week, backbreaking work, they would probably get around 1,500 if they were really good at it and consistent. And that's like really amazing, 75,000 a year. But that's also 214 per day. Are you following me so far? Like, you know where I'm going with this. What if instead of that, 7 days a week, you just made it your goal to sell $214 worth of stuff online, like things that are really valuable to someone else, and you were able to replace that? Like that to me is incredibly powerful as somebody who used to be homeless and have housing insecurity and food insecurity for most of my life. It's really powerful that this is really that number. 214 times 365 is the same as this, 5 days a week hurting your body. And I was talking in this post about selling one digital item, which you can do. But on this video, what I'm going to do is tell you how to start a $100,000 per year business in just a few minutes, and how it's now more easy than ever to do so and to know how to make your next move. So the first thing I'm going to show you is Skool itself. So what I'm talking about is Skool, Skool.com. Do you know about Skool? Let me know in the comments if you've heard of Skool. If you're in a school, there are about 20 million plus people who are on Skool. And there are about 200,000 of them who have their own school. So that's really interesting to know. About 1% of the people on Skool actually host a school. So let me know if you've already heard of it. But I'm going to tell you something. If you've heard of it, this is going to blow your mind today. So I have a few memberships on Skool. They're all listed here. There's a couple that are not listed here on the sidebar. But this one is Your First 5K, and it's actually free to join. So the link to join is in the description. If you haven't joined yet, most of you have, because look, we have 16,800 people in it already. So most people who are watching this have. But if you haven't yet, go ahead and join it so you can see what I'm talking about. And then You get like all this free stuff. Let me show you from the perspective. And I'm showing you this to show you what you can do yourself. So if we preview it as somebody who is not a member, you're going to come to this page, you're going to see this, the plans, and you're going to see the classroom like this. So what you would see is like if you just joined for free, you get all this free stuff like AI, YouTube, core training, how to make $5,000. And so many people are in it because it works. But then you would see this unlock with VIP. It's like, what is that? And if I click that, it says every major AI tool that I have, past and future, all 2026 releases. And when you click on unlock with VIP, it takes you to a page to pay $360 to unlock all of this. And then here you'll see we have a few things that are $99, or they're included if you go ahead and unlock the 360. So what happens is every single day, a few things happen, okay? One thing is that 150 to 250 people join the membership for free. That's what happens every single day now. And that number can go up or go down, but that's what tends to happen. And that's amazing, right? Then what also happens is that like 5 to 15 people pay for something, upgrade to something. They either upgrade to VIP because it's so awesome, or they get one of these because they're like, okay, I'm working on YouTube right now, I'm going to get this one, or I'm working on Stand, I'm going to get this one, etc. Or they upgrade to the $50 one, which is here, which is premium. And right now it's $50, could always go up. But with premium, that's $50 a year, you get all this stuff. You get to stream your first million live 2026, which is coming in April. You get to unlock this incredible $1,500 YouTube course that was in person that we filmed. And you get to do some other things with like these other exclusives here. And you get all the replays that we have, that any replay that we have that is not part of something else, you get here too. So think about that. So every day, multiple people are upgrading to VIP and multiple people are upgrading to premium, and some people are getting one-offs. So what's happening is the more it grows, the more people do that. And then the longer someone is in the membership, the longer they have a chance to decide, oh, I actually do want that after this time. It's very, very cool. Now, I'm going to take it off of the preview. And what I'm going to do is show you something that has just been released, like in the last few hours that I was talking about before. And if you saw a little sneak peek of it before, which is the new growth tab on Skool for Skool hosts. And again, or for the first time, I'll tell you this. Skool has a 14-day free trial that you can start. So you get 14 days to build it and get used to it. It also just costs $9 per month after that if you get the hobby version. So there's a version that's $9 per month, and multiple people, like more people than not, use that. So think about $9 per month versus what you could make. And I'm telling you, I'm not just making up a number. I'm talking about $100,000 per year business that is based around a few things, including Skool. So if you take Skool and you think about your interests, something that you have already started offering people, because we've been talking about offers for a long time here. If we build out our offer and we have a Skool group that complements it, and that Skool group, you could charge for it. Now, this is really important, so please pay attention to this. I want you to say code word LEADS, LEADS, if you're still listening to me. It'll say that in the comments. It'll tell me that you are listening, because this is going to be the most important part. Make sure you are subscribed below. Hit that subscribe button. And then also make sure you like this video. Now, what you're going to do is you could charge for Skool, and a lot of people do, and they make a ton of money doing that. And I have some memberships that are just, I charge for it. I have a membership that's $1,000 a month. I have one that is $1,000 a year, right? So the paid version of Skool is viable. But if you're just starting on Skool or you're starting over in your career or life, I'm going to tell you the biggest hack there is as someone who has won the Skool games, meaning that I have had some of the biggest, results on Skool. Someone who has, I'll show you this real quick. If you look at these, you get these little things next to you. I'm in the top 5% earner on Skool of all earners, and I'm also 1%, top 1% community builder on Skool. And I've also, this means that I've had a 30-day streak, but it's more like a 500-day streak, right? So going back to this, what you would do if you come to me and you pay me $10,000 and you say I want you to consult me for a VIP day and it's about Skool, I'm going to tell you this. You're going to start a freemium version, free plus freemium. And you're going to have your pricing. Look, the premium is here. You're going to have standard, which is free, which a lot of people are in, like 16,000.8 joined as that, or, almost that. We have about 3,000 of those who are paid. Okay, think about this. So you have the free, you give a ton of value, amazing value, but you don't give it all away. Then you might have one or two paid tiers. You do not have to have two, you can just have one. But I have two. If you look here, all you have to do is pause this video and look at what I offer in each tier to see what you could potentially do. And then what you do is you spend your days promoting this, like you build it once, you tweak it, you might optimize it every few weeks, which is what I do, but you mostly build it to make it awesome and just give value. Show up every day and you post for maybe 15 to 30 minutes a day and you just talk to your group. Whether it's 20 people, 50 people, 100 people, you just talk to your audience. And there's all kinds of things you can do for retention and for nurturing and all that. And I teach that. In fact, if you go into the classroom here for free, you get paid on Skool. I have a whole Skool section in here. All of this, okay? But you do that and then you spend the other part of your time. So that's nurturing and then letting people know about your promotions. Like, look at this. Like, I have my pinned post here. So I have a challenge that's going. Look how many people are participating in that 24-hour challenge that just started. But also, I have a couple of pinned posts about the 360 pass. Brittany says, Arlan's 360 pass. My jaw dropped. Just hours ago, I signed up for the 360 option. After signing up just hours ago, I went into the Lovable OS and it gave me what I needed in 15 minutes. She thought it was going to take her a day or two to even just get started. She said, since being in 5K, I've created my offer, sold it, retained happy clients, and now I have even more value to bring them in future prospects. And so she's like, thank you so much for that pass. So this is what you could do. You give out a ton of value, which is what I do in the classroom here with this 5-day challenge. It's free. People are getting results left and right. And then I'm always posting, I'm always looking and commenting and liking people's stuff. And then I have, hey, here's a reminder that I have these paid products. They're really awesome, and other people think so too. And so every day something's happening. Now here is the thing that has just changed everything today. So these metrics, like we've had these analytics for a long time. Like, look how much mine's grown. Isn't that crazy? Like in February already, we already have there's so much here. Like I could just say like this, like yesterday, 1,000 visitors, 20% conversion on average. Incredible, right? So we've had this. I've been like studying these different metrics like crazy. There's all kinds of stuff in here. And if you see it, if you see the details, this is the hack, right? This is another hack, is if you see the details and the data, you can make really informed decisions. So today, February 17th, 2026, they rolled out this brand new growth tab. And what you get to see is where people came from. Where did your visitors come from? Look how many visitors I've had. But also look where they came from. Direct, and they say direct is people visiting the link directly, email broadcast, so I've done a lot of emails, a read a link, a URL, a shortener, things like that. But then it also says YouTube. Look how many, 31% of people came from YouTube. And then look how many people came from the Skool network itself in discovery. So what you do is you look at this and you say, oh, that's really interesting. But then the signups is even more valuable. It is probably the most valuable one. Maybe conversion is right after it. But I don't really, it matters to me where people came from, 100%. But what I care about more is the people who actually signed up. So more than half of my actual signups are coming from YouTube, which is why I'm recording this video. So that's why I teach you so much about YouTube on this channel, is because for free, you can start a YouTube channel. And no, it's not going to be 24 hours from now that you start making money from it, but you can start building it. If you can give 4 to 6 months of dedication to YouTube, and then you pair it with this Skool membership that you are just building over time for free, right? Like you're paying $9 a month, but people are not paying to come in. Think about what you could do there. So you bring people in, you may bring 100 people a month from YouTube, 200, 500. We don't know yet until you try it, and it's going to grow over time. And then Skool itself is going to help you because of the way that you describe it. Like if you get into the about page in discovery, like, like they look at your about page and they say, okay, what is it about? Does it look like, sophisticated? Does it look like it's something valuable? Also, how often does the host post in there? Are they in there every day or are they there every week? If they're in there every day, we're going to get them in front of more people. These are the decisions that Skool is making. So look, I have 23% as of right now of my conversion, like of my signups are from Skool itself. You can't get that on other membership platforms. I'm just telling you, you cannot. I've been on all of them. I've been on Teachable, Kajabi, Mighty Networks. I've been on Circle. You cannot get this anywhere else but Skool, as far as I know. And then direct is what we talked about. That's 10%. That's cool. And then there's affiliates. So 292 members were brought in the last 30 days from other members saying to come in. And guess what is so cool that you could do too? I have commissions on any upgrades that happen when someone comes in for free, but they were brought in by, the 292 people were brought in by somebody else. They used their link, their affiliate link. Let's say 30 days later, 50 days later, 100 days later, or even the same week, they say, you know what? I want to go ahead and upgrade because I want that stuff. Well, that person who invited them actually makes some of the money. So in my case, I do 50% because I like to be very generous with that. You could have it as 20%, 30%, 40%. 40% is what is suggested. But think about how you could incentivize those free members, no matter what your topic is. It doesn't have to be about building a business or making money, but you incentivize your own free audience to start bringing people in for you. And this number, actually, before I went to the freemium model and I was charging $50 a year, this was 20%. So I believe that over the next few months, this 4.2%, where it's affiliate only, will go up at least to 10%. I really believe that. So that'll be like YouTube, Skool, and affiliates just cranking. What this also tells me is what is kind of just blah, a little okay, which is Instagram. Now I have this information. Now I will remind you, we did not have this as of yesterday. This was just rolled out. That's why I'm making this video for you. So Instagram, let me tell you something that's so crazy. And I hope this inspires you. I have 370,000 followers on Instagram. And I have, it's the number 5 driver. And I post about it. I have it as my main link. Some people on Skool, that's all they have. They're like, everything comes from Instagram. And then some people, they don't. So what this means is You are going to try a couple of different platforms and you're just going to keep going with them because everybody starts somewhere and there's going to be some platform that works for you more than the other. And now you can see what that is on a day-to-day basis. And it says the last 30 days. I wonder if it does any other. Looks like that's what we have as an option right now. Okay. So then Stan Store is really interesting because I have it super passive on Stan. I have it like really, really low on my Stan Store. I'd never touched that link. It's just there, but it still brought me 236 people. That's pretty cool. So what I do with, and then Google, that's kind of cool. Like, oh, people are actually like searching for it. Okay, great. So what do I do with this information? And it does tell you day by day, right? So what do I do with this information? I'm sure it probably does go day by day granular. But what do I do with this information? Well, what it tells me and what it could tell you is whatever's number one here in signups, whatever is number one here, I'm going to double down, triple down, 10x my efforts. I'm going to make sure that there's a call to action in every video instead of just a few because it works. And if you go over to conversion, it's the same. It is the highest converting. So YouTube not only has the most signups, but it has the most signups because it has the most visitors and the highest conversion. You can't beat that. And Skool is second. Skool is second. So if you look at YouTube, what does that tell me? What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to go all in on YouTube, which I've already been doing, but now I know with certainty that it works. Now, when you sign up, you actually tell me how you found me, and most people will say YouTube and they'll tell me the video. So I knew that YouTube was working. I knew it, I could even kind of measure it. But this is just, I mean, the transparency here is amazing. Boom, YouTube. So this is how you play this, okay? How do I get to 100,000? You're saying to yourself. You go to skool.com. I'll put the link in the description and I'll put it in the pinned comment in case my description changes later. You go to skool.com. You go into your first 5K, my membership, go into the classroom, scroll down to the Skool section because the Skool section is going to teach you a ton. You start a Skool membership, 14-day free trial, $9 after that if you want to do the hobby version. And you start bringing people in to your specific, like be specific. Some people say be general. I don't say be general. I say be specific. What do you want it to be about? You start bringing people into it. You start creating content on a regular basis that constantly tells people about this free gift you have for them. And inside of the group, don't just leave it. Don't just say, oh, well, they signed up. You go in the classroom, have fun. Nurture it. Nurture it. Spend time with people. Answer their questions and look at their questions. Now, there's one thing I taught is when someone, let's say you have 10 people in your group and you're like, I have 10 free people in my group. I don't know what this is. Ask them a question that's direct about your product or about your service or about what the topic. Ask them if they have any questions. Ask them what their biggest pain point is. Use that for market research, like so valuable. And when they ask a question or if they answer a certain way, make a piece of content about that because if they're thinking it, someone else is. So then what I would say to you is you have the Skool platform. This is like the strategy, okay? Say the word strategy in the comments if you're still with me and make sure you are subscribed to this video, to this channel, and that you've liked the video. And if you've already done that, thank you so much. And I know I'm saying it a lot, but I'm testing something. So make sure you are subscribed and you liked it. Okay, strategy. You have your Skool membership. You're making content for it. You're bringing people in on a regular basis. Even if that's 3 people a day or 10 people a month or whatever it is, you're bringing people in. You want it to be more than 10 people a month. Like you're making a real effort. And you could even bring in the first 3 to 5 people could be people you already know or people who are in a group that you know. Like make an effort because this is going to be life-changing potentially for you, okay? No guarantees in life, but this one, I'm going to tell you the sauce. So then have a tier in your freemium model that costs, like I have one that's $50. You could have one that's $50. You could also have one that is $200 or $999. You could have, mine is $360, right? Fine. The point of it is, and this is what I don't even think you need to have three different tiers. I think you could have free and one paid tier. And that one paid tier is, let's say it's 199 per year. Or let's say it's 9.99 per year. If it's 9.99 per year, some people here, that's going to be the perfect number for them. That's 100 people in a year. Every 3 days, 3 to 4 days, you find one person who is willing to upgrade. Now, when you go from free to that, you're going to have something powerful in that 999. Is it a one-on-one with you? Is it a done for you service that they're paying for by becoming a VIP member? Think about that a little bit. Is it a VIP day with you that I've talked about in the past and that I teach about inside of the classroom? If you're like, what's a VIP day? I teach about it. Just look it up, VIP in the search panel. Just go here and click VIP. Any words that I say that you want to know about, go in the classroom and boom, I just teach you how to do it. Okay. So 999, it's 100 people. So let's say you have 1,000 people, like your goal is, I want to have 1,000 people join this over the next 12 months. 1,000 people, if you think about it right now, is daunting. But if you think about that's three or so people a day for free, yeah, I probably can make that happen. Then you say, I'm going to try to convert 10% of them into the higher one. Now, let's say you do a different model where it's like you have free and then you have one that's 199 a month, a year. It's 199 a year. Well, that's more people to get to 100,000, but you could also have like, one-offs. As you saw in my classroom, I had something for 99, something for this. Let's say you're teaching how to play guitar. You could put your lessons in the classroom. Of course, you could have your static courses in there that people could pay for, but you could also say, sign up for $50 for, a 30-minute lesson with me. So you're building and you're thinking about just one, two, or three different little things that you could charge for inside of it. But the big play is everybody's there for the free. They're having a great time. And then you have opportunities for them to level up in other ways. And what happens is too, is that some people, there's like a small group of people who, when they come in for free, they'll automatically upgrade. They're just like 24 hours in, I need to upgrade, I'm here. Or the same moment that they come in, they'll upgrade. I'll see it happen. But what happens with most people, I would say 85% of people are going to spend a few days in it or a few weeks in the free. And they're going to come to a frenzy of like, I have to upgrade. Like I have seen so many other people upgrading. I've seen this happen, or I have this pain point in my life now that I understand from the free stuff that, oh, I understand from the free training that I could do this. So I'm going to go all in. What's $99? Whereas before it's like $99, right? So what you're doing is you're not planning for the next 24 hours, you're planning for the next 24 months. And if you can go from where you are today, maybe you're door dashing, maybe you're working for somebody in some office, maybe you don't have the life of your dreams or the job of your dreams. Maybe you don't. And you're like, I want to make that, whether it's 100,000 or 50,000 or 30,000 a year. Your number doesn't have to be 100,000. It could be a different number. I've seen people make 2 million a year on Skool. I've seen people make 20,000 a year on Skool and just chill. And it's that buffer they need so they can do part-time work or consulting. I've seen coaches take everything onto Skool and have their high ticket offers there. Like I have a few, like I mentioned, I have a 12,000 a year high ticket. I have a 20,000 a year high ticket on there. I have a 6,000 a year, 3 different memberships that are 6,000, 12, and 20. So if you're saying to yourself, this sounds great, but I'm not going to do $50 a year. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing 199. Well, do 999 or do 2,000 or 3,000 or 6. You can do up to $10,000 per month or year on Skool. Like when it comes to your pricing, you can price it that high in one transaction. So there's a lot of ways to do this. There's a lot of teaching. I have an incredible amount of training inside of the school. But tell me, what are you going to do? Has this sparked something for you? And if you already have a school and you're saying, how do I grow my school now? You probably want to make sure that it's free. So transition it over to a freemium model. And then you want to take some of the training that I have to teach you. And then if you don't find exactly your right question answered in the classroom, just leave a comment and a post inside of your first 5K, and I will see it and other people will see it and we'll help you. Because there are hundreds of people inside of your first 5K who have Skool memberships. So if you're one of those people, congratulations. Today was a really, really cool day for Skool.